Hey, Flip Nation, Flip Man here, out here in beautiful Scottsdale, South Scottsdale, and we're just going to walk through and do a quick property tour of what we picked up last month. AJ, you were saying it's 320, is 325?
325 a foot, yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost 1,600 square feet, built in 62. Repair costs are going to be, my goal is 55. Now, hitting your goal and actual goal is always like tricky. So even after 20 years of doing this, like that's still a challenge. But let's go in the front and then we can kind of walk through the house and I just kind of fill you guys in. We had these old big wood things here that were kind of funky. We got rid of. This door we're going to replace with a more modern looking door. We opened up the whole kitchen. So again, we could have did like a $20,000 remodel, but we wouldn't have got the $515, $525. So that's why we decided to go full out and knock the wall down, open the kitchen. This here venting will go up in the roof in the attic.
What's going over there?
That's going to be a little fireplace that we're going to put in there.
One of those electric ones?
Yes, exactly.
Nice touch.
Yeah, a little different touch, something to stand out from the crowd. And then over here, when we got into it, we were like, need a little more light in the kitchen, so we added this window right here.
So I understand there was a washing machine in the kitchen?
Yes, the washing machine was in the kitchen, and in the garage was the dryer. So that's how they built them back in the day, which is kind of funky. And so that was the other challenge we had to figure out. Do we keep it there, just do like a stackable, like some of the homes down here, or do we move it? So I decided to move it. Other big thing is we had our gas water heater in here. So we could have kept it, but we decided to move it to the garage, which is more attractive to the buyers. And then we're running gas through the ceiling to get our gas stove, because down here people are paying $5.20. They're going to want gas in the kitchen versus electric.
Will you be doing a kitchen island?
Yes, yeah. So a lot of times you either do like the peninsula or island, but you know, on this floor plan we'll do the island, and we'll do like we'll do the quartz, and then we're going to do a waterfall. I don't know if you guys have seen that with the waterfall feature on the island.
What's your deadline again?
Deadlines are deadlines, so we shoot for, you know, our goal on this is 5 weeks, but that is always a tricky part, right? Getting the workers in here on time and managing the process. So, but time is money, so our goal is 5 weeks. If we run into 6 weeks, we're good. We kind of give ourselves an extra week. Right now, though, with the market appreciating, sometimes it's like we're moving into like the really high season for retail markets. So that's why I'm not so overly concerned about time. I mean, 6 weeks is good because we're going to be moving into like the mid-March, end of March, April, which, you know, even towards May is actually like a really good time to sell property because the kids are out of school, and June's a big month out here too. So, but we'll market about 2 weeks out.
Are you gonna put grass in the back? Is that grass gravel?
We will clean that up. We're not gonna do a ton with the back. Well, we actually are doing a lot. I guess we're gonna put in 2 patios, one right off the main here, and then one out the master bedroom. So I mean, that's gonna be a really nice backyard. We're just gonna leave the grass and clean it up.
Okay.
So we're trying to figure out what the best strategy would be to, you know, for people to come in and out of the house. I guess when they built these in the 60s, all the homes didn't have access to the garage. They just built it without any access. So this was added on later in the years. All new windows throughout. We got lucky. I mean, we could have easily went over 80,000, but we had the roof was in good shape and the AC. So those are 2 big ticket items. So yeah, this will be awesome. This is the walkway into to the house from the garage. And then we moved the water heater is going to be out here. The laundry, like we were talking about, we moved it out of the kitchen. It's going to be right by the master bedroom. It's going to be right in here. Will be the laundry room.
After over these 20 years, are you still using any financial institution, or you're doing it by yourself with your own money, like your cash when you buy houses?
Both. So it's the more you want it, like you can only do so much with your own money. So it's nice to have joint venture partners that provide one thing. So they provide the finance, and I provide the plan, the property. So you kind of work together because they may have all the money for some instances, but they may not have access to property. So the money part's easy. The properties is the hard part to secure, like the property, because things are moving so fast right now.
Like when you first started putting now, like into this,
Oh yeah, I
today's
mean,
age, what you say today?
the competition's crazy now. I mean, everyone wants to flip, right? So, like, all the
Too much TV.
TV, the HGTV is
All the shows,
that's
all
a hit
day.
show. Yeah, it's on like all day, and people are watching it. They make it look so easy, and like you can do it. And
Funny thing about them, I find, is like, oh yeah, we ran into a problem, so we'll just go back to the investor and ask for another 20,000. Like, no, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You go, how are we gonna fix this without him or her knowing that we've run into a big problem that we didn't warn them about, right?
Yeah.
We can fix this. If you
Yeah.
had unlimited funds, it would be easy, but
right, you don't. So you always have to work with that budget and
Yeah.
figure out a way to solve like that problem that just came up. Usually you're able to solve them. It's just like at what cost. Like, so instead of making 20 this deal, I'll make 10. So relationship, yeah, network. Like they know I've been doing it 20 years. So the guy who brought me that Tempe one, he's like, hey, we got one in Mesa coming up next week. You want to go take a look at it? So,
Just shopping around.
what's that?
So you just shopping around your network, just kind of
Network and let them know. And again, wholesalers are a good resource, but the good ones go quick. So that's, you gotta be ready to pull the triggers. And sometimes that's scary because there's a lot of unknowns if you've never actually done one.
Is that important for you? Like, what's your rule of thumb when the property comes up? Like, what's Flip's three bullet points on finding the right property that you feel like it's right versus wrong? Why did you pick this? What gave you the potential where you're like, something?
Yeah, well, you got to pay the right price, right? So that's where you make your money, and then you got to know what the exit price is too. So I didn't know that when I first started because I did my first one off like in Maryville there. So I thought I had a good price, but after all the repairs and all that, and I didn't know who to hire or where to go, so I made like $1,000 or something on the first one, but I liked it because it got me into it. So I kind of just jumped in and figured out as you went. But yeah, so just buying it at the right price. There's a ton of people selling deals, but a lot of times you look at them and you're like, I don't know how people can make money on these.
And from like do you have any tips as far as like building relationships with some of the wholesalers, which is a way of getting some
Oh,
of the properties?
100%. Yeah, networking
Is important.
is important. I would stay in front of them, and what I've always done, like the new school is for them to email it out like a blast list. So I have always talked to these guys on the phone, hey, Bob, before you get a prop, or when you get it, can you call me? And some guys will, some won't. Like touching in with them every few days. So I would get to know every wholesaler in town and go to all their meetups and see who's doing what, and just you'll start to figure out who you could work with and who you won't be able to work with and stuff like that.